Sometimes, do you feel like your heart is just running around in a panic, trying to escape? Or when you feel like you have butterflies feelings in your stomach? Well, I have the answer to that. It's something called stress. Stress is a natural feeling or emotion that occurs when you aren't able to cope with something. It results in frustration, anger, or nervousness. It can also involve various actions. One example of when I've been stressed is when I try to force my fingers to place themselves with the right distance in between on a violin. When it doesn't work out how I want it to, like how I said in the beginning of when you aren't able to cope with something, I'd get so frustrated and just stop practicing almost immediately. It's like that feeling when you're trying to bake something, say a batch of cookies or a cake, and it just comes out in a lump of nasty burned solids or a deflated head. Sometimes I will feel like chucking something out the window or hammering a bat in a juicy strawberry and then getting a satisfying squash. It can cause a lot of pressure in a situation and can get out of control if you don't treat it at the right time or correctly. If you let your stress spiral for long enough, it will damage your health, especially if it becomes chronic, which means if it is persistent and keeps up the pace. Here are the physical effects of stress: headaches, trouble sleeping, muscle tense, digestive issues, high blood pressure. And these are the emotional effects: feeling that you can't get things done, moodiness, anxiety, restlessness, a lack of motivation, sadness, or depression. Now, let's talk about what causes stress. These are some of the things that causes it: being bullied at school, losing a job, difficulty in school, or a recent move. I'm going to go deeper into that topic. What about difficulty in school? When you're having difficulty in school, you may experience that you keep repeating to yourself, am I going to get this? Will I get a good grade on the math test? Oh my gosh, the due date is today. I haven't even started yet. Suddenly, your heart rate goes up, your face goes pale, and your hands go clammy. That night, you get a fever. Chronic stress can lead to psychological fever, which means other than getting it from a virus. A fever caused by this can keep a persistent low-grade temperature of in between 99 and 100 degrees Fahrenheit. Stress can lead to other many things you don't want to encounter, such as panic attacks, constantly worrying or being put under pressure, drinking or doing drugs to try taking care of the problem, smoking, and just going crazy. Sometimes it will even increase breathing and heart rate. It can also make you sweat or tense up, as well as give a sudden burst of energy. When you feel stress, your body releases different hormones, including adrenaline, noradrenaline, and cortisol. This is called the stress response, or else called the fight or flight response. Now, after all this, it might sound like it's really bad and worse than what it actually is. It's not. Stress can actually be something positive, as it can help us stay alert, focused, and determined to finish what we started. It can also help you stay motivated and get you strength. Usually and almost always, when the pressure on you starts to loosen up and subside, you will start to feel calm again. But here are some of the ways to get rid of this annoying feeling. Exercise. When you stretch your body, it can battle stress. And when I mean battle, I literally mean it. You're fighting the stress, you're overpowering it, whatever you want to call it. Another one is writing it down. This can actually be very beneficial. You can always do this, stress or not. Remember how I said stress can lead to frustration and anger? Well, when you write down how you're feeling on a piece of paper or typing it on the computer, your brain will become very focused and will think positive thoughts about your life. If you're ever upset about anything, you can try out these techniques. If none of these ways seem to work out for you, try out therapy. People who are really experienced with stress or problems can help you with it. They can guide you through tough times and make you see the bright side of things. Just remember that there will always be a way to handle stress. Thank you for listening to this. I hope you learned something new, and don't forget to try out some of those techniques. Bye.